Good afternoon, Blue Coat pupils. We're back with another video, another weekly video from me. I'm looking forward to this one, and I would quite like your thoughts on whether you feel this format works, because we're going to do something a little bit different. But more of that in a moment. So I must tell you first an important message. As you all know, at the end of July, I'll be going on a bit of a learning adventure. I'm going to teach and lead in another country. What's really important to me and to the staff and to your parents and to you too is that the school is left and led by someone who really understands Blue Coat and really wants to ensure that we're trying to keep that promise of you becoming future ready. So the governors have been really busy over the last few weeks trying to find out who that person should be. The next head teacher of Blue Coat over the next 2 years will be, drumroll, Mr. Jones.
Hey, I'm here now.
Good lad.
I should probably stop doing that now because he will soon be a head teacher, so no more of that. But it's far too much fun, so maybe that will be the last time. Today, what do I want to do? Well, today I want to be able to celebrate, and the teachers want to be able to celebrate, all the amazing things that you're doing at home. We've been so impressed by everything that you've been doing on your tapestry and your SeeSaw learning at home, being supported so well by parents. And I think what this calls for is what we would do usually on a Friday, which is our Star Achievers. So teachers have been busy, they've been noticing, they're looking for that most improved learner, as they always are. Now, one of the things that I won't be able to do, because this is on YouTube and it's being broadcasted nationally or internationally, then we won't be able to share your faces without permission. So I'm afraid that we won't be able to share both your surnames, but also we won't be showing your faces. So if some of you have odd shapes or you've had your face cut off, sorry in advance. Hopefully it's not that painful. So are you ready? Let's start with class Tabei. Talking to Mrs. Hunt, she said that it was far too difficult being able to choose only 2 Star Achievers this week, but her nominations have to go to Bethan and to Gus. Well done, both of you. She said that both children have enthusiastically had a go at most of the activities that she set, and they've tried to be inventive in the way that they post their learning too. So she's given an example of Bethan's learning in response to a science activity, so you can see that here. But also you can see that Gus has also been busy posting. He's posted videos and audio messages about his learning and experiences at home. And Mrs. Hunt has also given an example of a piece of learning that shows the care and the attention that he takes with his home learning. She would like to say a massive well done to class Tabei. A great start to your remote learning, and I love keeping in contact with you all. Well done. Our next nominations for Star Achievers goes to class Darwin. The people that I would like to recognise this week in class Darwin, says Mrs. Maytie and Mr. Brooks, are Sam, well done to you. Sam has showed really good engagement in 2 areas in particular, first of which was a poem, but also he's been showing some really good engagement in his science as well. A science experiment that he produced a really great write-up with some clear displayed results. Mr. Brooks says, I love the way he thought about what he would change and what he would measure, showing really good understanding of designing an experiment. It's brilliant. Well done to you, Sam.
Across the river like a fast bullet, a beak like a razor-sharp knife, drops into the water like a diver and comes out with a fish. Beady eyes like little black pearls, claws as sharp as swords.
In addition to that, we also have nominated Kate. So well done to Kate. Again, someone who's engaged really well with the SeeSaw learning and shown real enthusiasm and focus in all the different areas of work that we've set. What a work ethic.
The scented smelling sunflowers shine like the sun. This painting reminds me of our garden, which is lots of fun. The bright oranges and yellows are like flames in a fire. The bendy stems are as bendy as garden wire.
Well done to these children and everyone else who's putting in the effort on our Class Darwin seesaw from Mrs. Maytai and Mr. Brooks. Brilliant. We move on to Class Drake. Class Drake, my chosen two this week are Judy and Cooper. Although, Miss Dobie adds, it was a tough choice, but well done to those two pupils. Judy and Cooper are both regularly engaging with all the activities on SeeSaw, and they're giving things a really good go, showing good perseverance. That's something we talk a lot about within Star Achievers, and also really good commitment to their learning too. Cooper has also been revisiting tasks to improve them. Judy has presented all her tasks neatly, showing great pride in her learning. Keep it up, Class Drake. Well done to you. We move on to some of our Year 2s in Class Hannu. Class Hannu, Mr. Jones has voted his Star Achievers as the following two pupils. Zachary. Zachary has thrown himself into his learning and has completed lots of class learning, as well as being keen to challenge himself with other tasks and activities that he set. It's also been wonderful to see him learning alongside his older sister. Great work, keep it up, Zachary. Kaylin is the second nomination. Kaylin has shown enthusiasm and creativity in his home learning. He also seems to be enjoying what he's doing through SeeSaw, as you can see through his many posts of pictures and videos. Keep up the commitment, Kaylin. I'm loving what Class Hannu are achieving through SeeSaw. All the best, Mr. Jones. Class Kingsley. Some of our Year 2s and our Year 1s, of course. Kingsley's stars for the week are... Star Achievers go to George and to Molly. Well done, both of you. George has shown enthusiasm, perseverance and commitment to his home learning. He has a go at everything and works to a really high standard. It's always a pleasure to see what he's been learning. In particular, his tricky, there you go, I've just messed it up myself, his tricky tongue twisters. So well done to George. Molly has embraced home learning wholeheartedly. She's always challenging herself to produce an excellent standard of learning and is passionate about what she does. Molly's highlights have been her drawing of a panda, but also has some excellent description of her favourite flower. Miss Fisher and I are really proud of you all. Keep it up, Class Kingsley. Well done, from Mrs. Nelson, of course. Let's move on to some of our youngest learners. They're not using SeeSaw, but they're using something called Tapestry. So we, in Class Discovery, would like to nominate the following two Star Achievers, Rowan, and well done also to Ted. For Rowan has been super to see her creativity shine in all the challenges she's been completing at home. We loved all her Easter decorations and her bug hotel that she made. I think we've got a picture of that for you. Really building on the insect spotting challenge that we set. Rowan has just started growing some seeds and is investigating if shoots will grow from a potato, which is really exciting, says her teachers. Ted, it's been such a delight to open Tapestry and see your videos showing super learning. We really loved his Super-tato jelly trap for the evil pea, and loved how he was able to add in his maths learning, counting all the peas that he put into the jelly and counting the jelly cubes and adding in even 2 Martin the mushrooms. The teachers would also like to point out that so many members of the class have also been fantastic. Tapestry's been great for keeping in touch with you all and watching videos and seeing your learning. Huge hats off to our parents, they're amazing. Homeschooling is really difficult and we know that, parents, but you've been fantastic, not just in Class Discovery but throughout the school. We wouldn't be able to do it without you, so perhaps you'd be our Star Achievers this week also, an honourable mention. We have Class Cousteau Star Achievers this week being Edward and also Lyra. Well done, both of you. Edward, has continued to be an enthusiastic, determined and positive learner since learning from home. He always gives 100% when completing the task set. I was particularly impressed during our creative week over Easter, where Edward uploaded lots of fantastic learning and he didn't even have to do it. So what a commitment. Well done to you, Edward. Lyra has continued to be a fabulous team player since learning from home. Not only does she respond to the assigned tasks, but she also takes the time to send lots of positive and uplifting messages to her peers about their work. I love reading her comments, and I'm sure her peers do too. Brilliant. Well done to Class Cousteau Star Achievers. It says, keep up the super work, Cousteau. You're doing really, really well. Class Cook. Your 2 nominations are in the form of both Aidan and Caitlin. Both have been are chosen as our Star Achievers because they've done huge amounts of learning and are keen to share it often with their classmates. They will share learning that we haven't even set, and it's really interesting to see what they come up with next. There are lots of examples of some good learning outcomes from both, but here you can see Caitlin working in partnership with her dad to produce both a before and an after. Well done, and well done to Dad too. But also, Aidan, you can see from this example, this Earth Day poster, which took place on April the 22nd, Aidan has paid meticulous attention to his poster, which is both functional and attractive to the reader. Well done to both of the Class Cook nominations for Star Achiever this week. A difficult time for Year 6s, say Mr. Neil and Mrs. Galvin. A difficult time, but we're enjoying all that you're doing. Keep going. Class Livingstone, we would like to vote Max as our Star Achiever this week. Well done to you. Max, you have engaged so enthusiastically with your learning. We've especially loved your creative response to our DT task, which has been to design and make a sea turtle. Brilliant effort, look at this. You have also worked super hard to present your writing neatly, which was an area of learning that you've often found a challenge. Can we also nominate Sebastian, please? Sebastian, you've really impressed us with your fantastic learning and how you've involved your family and continued your learning above what we have set for you. We especially loved your detailed and thoughtful rainbow of hopes for RE. Well done to our Star Achievers, and also the rest of you. Keep impressing us, Class Livingstone. Moving on to Year 5, Class Vasco. 2 nominations in the form of Flo. Very well done to you. We've been writing an interactive story, and Flo followed on the story using what we call a flashback. She is a Star Achiever for some excellent home learning contributions and for her great descriptive language. Just going to read you a small part. Dear Sven Lugbert, I'm stuck in the year 1950. In 2020, you found a blueprint on how to make a time machine in your grandfather's house under the floorboards in his workshop. I need you to make a new one because the one that you made crashed into the sea near the island of Svalbard, where I am stranded. I don't have much time because... The second nomination goes to Latham. Well done to Latham. Apparently, you were instrumental in being able to provide a really brilliant fitness video. In fact, to the point where perhaps Joe Wicks is worried. I'm sure you look cooler than he does, and I'm sure your workout fitness regime was far more challenging, although I've heard it's quite tough. 2 worthy nominations there for Class Vasco Star Achievers. Mrs. Arnold says, it's great to see you engaging so well with your home learning, Class Vasco, in a difficult situation. I'm really proud of you as a class. Keep it up. And finally, we don't normally do this, but I'd like to make a bit of a nomination. And my nomination goes to some of the children who haven't necessarily been doing the same amount of home learning because of the learning they've been doing in school. And I'd like to nominate the Key Stage 2 children in particular this week because they've been brilliant. All of the children attending school have been fantastic day in, day out. They've been showing huge commitment to their learning and contributing their ideas in at times like collective worship, but also in lessons. As I said, I'd like to nominate the Key Stage 2 learning group this week because they've been learning about body parts in French, and they put them into a familiar song that they performed for me live here in school today. And I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat because everyone else has had 2-star achievers. So my second star achiever nomination this week has to be the teachers. Just like you, they've had to learn, adapt and find new and engaging ways to teach. They've been learning rapidly, and they've been learning by testing things out, by making mistakes, going back, reflecting and changing what they do to improve. And these are all the things that we ask you as good thinkers, as good learners to do in your learning too. What would we do without them? They definitely deserve my nomination for Star Achievers this week. They've been fantastic. So I think from all of you, a big round of applause for the teachers, please. Week 1, Star Achievers of the summer term. What do you think? Did it work? Should we do it again? Are there improvements to be made? Well, the beauty of being on YouTube is that you can use the comment section to be able to suggest things. Huge thank you to parents. You've been amazing throughout all of this. We know it's tough, we know it's difficult, but you're all doing what you can, and it's very much appreciated. From all of us at Blue Coat, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll speak to you again next week.